So let's introduce some of the instructional aides. Bonnie, and introduce yourself and which subjects you support.
Science and history.
Great. Molly?
I support science, history, and math.
All right. Amanda?
I support math, science, and history.
And Denise?
I support science classes, history classes, and study skills.
Okay, great. And then Carrie Ann has a special job. Carrie Ann, what do you do?
I'm the computer lab tech IA.
My name, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Martha Keppel, and I'm a preschool teacher. I'm also an instructional assistant. At this point, I'm not working directly with the students. I'm helping a teacher by being with her all week and putting together all her packets.
For independent study, correct?
Yes.
Great, thank you, Martha. Okay, somebody else.
Hi guys, I'm Alicia Murphy. I work in the mod severe classroom with Dr. Crucian or Mr. Crucian. And right now, our main support is putting together independent studies packets as well for our students, because it's quite difficult getting them on Zoom and supporting them and having interaction online. So we're taking what we can at the moment. We're celebrating our little wins and being excited over what we do get to interact with. So that's what we're doing right now. We look forward to seeing our children face to face as soon as we can. We miss them. That's basically kind of what's happening in room 42.
Great. Okay, next.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I've been working with primarily the 7th and 8th grade science classes, as well as study skills. I'm in school right now in a credential program to become an elementary school teacher. And I joined when we were already virtual, so this is all I know so far, but I really like it so far. And whenever students do talk to me, it's really exciting because sometimes it's hard to get them to talk. So I like it a lot.
That's great. That's great. Thank you, Olivia. Okay, next.
Hi, my name is Miss Chelsea. I am an instructional assistant. I work with 7th and 8th grade students in math and in English. I miss all our kiddos, but I'm really proud of them and how they've handled all of this virtual learning. But I can't wait for them to be back on campus so I can give them some hugs and kind of noogie them a little bit.
I love it. I love it. They can't wait either, I guarantee you. All right, thank you. Come on, you shy ones.
Go ahead, Ms. Chris, go ahead.
I'm too shy.
Go ahead, Ms. Chris.
Nope,
Mr. Rodney in room 42. And yeah.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna ask some questions, 3 questions, and anybody can step up to talk. So describe some challenges you have working with students online.
They don't like to use the mic, which makes it difficult because that means communication takes longer, and an assignment that would take 10 minutes is now taking 30.
That's a good point. I've seen that too in classes.
Student engagement. Some of them will just log on and then walk away and they're not there.
Yeah.
No cameras. I want to see faces. I miss seeing faces. I'm tired of looking at black screens with names in the middle.
I know.
Please turn your cameras on.
That's right. We always want to find the good because there are a lot of good things going on.
We've been having a lot of fun with the students that do get on. We've been having great fun, show and tell and just talking about what's going on with their weekend and their day, and just having that verbal communication with them is great for this time, because that's their main goals for the most part, is like socialization, and we're supporting them academically with our packets, but we want to make sure that during our Zoom meetings, we're really focusing on the social aspect.
Yeah. And, you know, Alicia, I'm glad you said that, because I think we need to do some of that in all classes, because that's something that they're missing in their lives. Doesn't matter which student it is. So I'm glad you guys are doing that, and we really should be doing that at some point. And I see it happening in classes all the time. Okay.
With the kids coming in, we have a couple that do come in once a week here and there, and it's really nice to get to see the faces, to get the hugs too, because I think they need it more than we do, because we are adults, we're around each other here at school, but they're at home with mom and dad or in siblings, and they don't get to see us at all. So I think seeing us there here and there, even if it's not online, is a little bit of more consistency than what they've been getting at home with the learning part anyway.
Right, and we just don't have that happening right now. So we did for a short time. Maybe that will come back with the governor. He had made an announcement that he wants to see schools go back, and I know the district's trying to. We can't right now because of the color we are as a county, but at some point, if the virus does improve, maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't know, but I'm really hoping that special ed can come back at some point this year. Bonnie, you mentioned something about the cameras earlier. Did you share that?
Yeah, they're quiet, you know, and the connection is hard. You know, we're working on it. It's, you know, just kind of a work in progress. You know, each student is a little different. So if you can find that niche and get in there, that's a good thing.
Yeah, and you had said sometimes finding that niche is by, you've noticed that some teachers just ask questions that unrelated to education sometimes to open up a classroom, and then that helps them warm up a little bit. You had said earlier.
In one of my science classes, we talked about like going to the Amboy crater, and it's an old volcano, and that kind of related to what we were talking about at, you know, that particular time. And then we also talked about music, because one of the students is interested in, you know, music. So we, you know, talked about different styles of music. So, you know, that kind of helped.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Any successes that you're seeing? We have shared some successes. Any successes you're seeing with your students that you might not have seen the first semester? Maybe it's an individual success with a student, or students in general, or a certain class.
This is a very small success, I guess, but I had one student that when I started going to breakout rooms with him, didn't say a word, nothing. I mean, I would talk and nothing. Now he's maybe giving me 4 or 5 sentences within a time frame, which for me, you know, is big time.
That's great. That's great. They're getting a little bit more comfortable. Anybody else like to share some successes that you've had with students?
I know that with our kiddos, when they were here in that month, they came back absolutely not knowing anything, because they didn't have the consistency from March till they came back in October. And once they were here for that month, things started clicking again. Behavior started going away. They started remembering things, and they were engaging. It was like our kids were back in, because when they first came in here, they were like, oh, we don't know what to do anymore. They forgot so much stuff. And during that short month, it was just like, oh, let's do our dailies. Let's do this. You know, they got back into that routine.
Good. And that's hopeful for all our kids. When they come back, they will get into a routine, because they're going to really want to be that. They're going to appreciate it. They're going to realize how much they missed us.
My students in my math class now, when we go into a breakout room, they start to help each other instead of needing me to do a lot of the guiding.
That's huge. That's really good. Excellent. That's good to know. What kinds of support, what type of support can you use to help so that we as educators can help better meet the needs of students, so that we can empower you to help better meet the needs of students? What kinds of support do you need from us? Chelsea, you should talk because you're eating something.
I
Are you eating in class? Referral, you're getting written up. Like you're on vacation at the beach.
I know, look at me, I'm on a tropical island. It's not 40 degrees outside. What do you mean? I honestly, I wish there was a time that I could just kind of like, I think I saw it in the bullet points that you had sent us in the Google Doc, but to meet with our teachers and just kind of plan and like communicate regarding certain students and where they are, because I can't see like how they're doing grade wise, or I can't see like on their end like how they might be doing like in assignments and stuff. So I think more communication with our teachers and knowing where our students are at, so I can gauge better how to help the students.
Great. And it is frustrating that you don't have Canvas access. You don't have online textbook access, and it's like,
Yes.
So
yeah.
those things, and teachers did notice that, note that in the group conversations that they had. But that's really good. I think that's really important as well. We'll see how we can do that. Anybody else have any ideas that where we can help you, either as a teacher, as an admin team, as a
I just want to piggyback on what Chelsea said. I agree with her wholeheartedly because she works with my child, and there was no communication at the beginning of the year, because I went to her and I was just like, Macy's on an IP, she has these accommodations, and she's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, okay, here we go. So I think that's a big part, is the communication between the aides and the teachers.
And I imagine that's getting better now that the teachers are figuring out how to even teach now. Oh my gosh, they had to redefine teaching.
Some teachers it's better, but I recently, and I'm not trying to talk bad on a teacher, I'm not going to name any names, but I recently had a new student come into one of my classrooms and had no idea that the student was coming from an SDC math class into like a regular mainstream math class, and that's a big deal. Like, I need to know that, because that's someone I need to keep my eye on.
So that not just communication on lesson planning and things like that and student progress, but communication from the office when you're going to get a new student with and what their needs are. Okay, great. Thank you for that input. Anybody else have anything else you'd like to, because we're going to wrap it up in just a second, and I was just wondering if you have anything else we can do to support you.
I've found that by talking to the teachers about my ideas and exchanging them, we come up with solutions that way. And to me, having my ideas valued is a very nice thing.
Great. Anybody else? What can we do to support you as a La Contenta Middle School staff? Carrie Ann, as the computer technician, instructional aide, how about you? Your situation's a little bit more unique. What are some of the challenges you face? And just so you know ahead of time, you're muted.
Probably the only thing I can think of that I've had an issue with is when somebody calls in to explain, a problem that I can't see it. So it's hard for me to do things, trying to envision what they're looking at and what they need to push or what's on the screen and where to go. So for me, that's probably the only downfall, is not being able, like when they're in the lab, I can just walk right up to them. And when they're at home, I can't, it's hard. It's just hard to picture what they're talking about. So that's probably my only complaint.
Okay. Now maybe we can brainstorm some ways, because I know one of our teachers had a way that you might have access to. Okay. Well, everybody, thank you so much for being at our meeting today. And On the count of 3, you're going to have to say go Lions. So please take off your microphones. Come on, take off those microphones. Get them off. You're going to have to get all crazy. And on the count of 3, go Lions. 1, 2, 3, go Lions! All right, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good day.